Hi, my name is Avinash Gaurav. I am currently working with Deloitte as an assistant manager. I don't come from a fancy IIT or an IIM. I am simply a graduate from economics from Delhi University. And like over the past, I have worked across several companies like PwC and all. And in total, I have around 9 years of experience into financial modeling and valuation. If I talk about sectors, then I have catered to infra, renewables, then your toll roads, and then lots of more sectors like healthcare and all.
Explain financial modeling the way you would to a 22-year-old who has never worked in finance. What is it in plain language?
Like lots of students don't know about the term, and again, there is a lot of buzz in the market about financial modeling and all. But yeah, in simpler words, or if in layman terms, if I would have to explain it, first of all, it's very interesting, right? You always play with numbers, you do qualitative analysis, you do quantitative analysis, so on and so on, right? Now, if I had to tell this through an example, let's suppose Tata wants to acquire Reliance for an example, right? Now, if Tata wants to acquire Reliance for an example, then there needs to be certain price associated with it, right? Then who is going to evaluate that price? Who is going to calculate that price, right? So it's us, it's the financial modelers who do the forecasting and all, and then we calculate the price of the company and all, right? So it's very interesting, and it's one of the best field to have if I talk about non-IT fields. So yeah, it's one of the most rewarding career to have. It's one of the most high-paying job, and also it's one of the most interesting career aspect to get into.
What is the one gap you see in almost all finance freshers, regardless of their degree marks or institute?
The one gap is the lack of technical knowledge and the lack of the subject expertise, right? So I will tell you a simple example, right? So currently in this market, there is a lot of buzz that is going around financial modeling and valuation, right? Most of the students want to pursue it, but they are misguided by the people that okay, what is the right skill set to have. So for an example, some people will say that okay, you need to learn SQL, you need to learn Power BI, right? But do we really need to learn those things to get into an entry level job, right? So this is the basic gap that I think is there in the market, which is basically the understanding of the students about this particular career and the technical expertise that is needed to get into this particular domain.
Is this a problem that can be fixed? And if yes, how long does it realistically take?
Yeah, so if I talk about this problem, yeah, it can be fixed. So first of all, if you like, if this problem needs to be fixed, then definitely the students needs to talk to the people who are industry experts from this in particular industry, right? So they need to understand. They need to go through lots of videos they can find on YouTube, right? They can talk to a lot of mentors. They can talk to a lot of people on LinkedIn and all, and then they can try to understand that what exactly is needed to get into this particular industry, right? So rather than learning all the skills, it is not required to learn everything, right? So what are the basic skill sets, what are the core skill sets that students needs to learn from an expert or from an industry expert, and then this communication gap, or you can say the problem, can be eradicated.
Say someone finishes this course, they can now build a DCF and are adept with the financial modeling and valuation basics. They have done their mock interviews as well. What are the realistic career paths in front of them now?
Okay, so if I talk about the realistic career paths, first of all, see actually how does the hierarchy work? Like I will talking about in a more, you can say, concise way, because different companies have different hierarchies. Some have AVPs, some don't have AVPs, so on and so on, right? So if I talk in a concise way, then let's suppose once you complete this course, then you can join any company as a financial analyst or a financial consultant, right? Then you need to work with this particular designation for 2 years, 2 to 3 years, depending on the company and the growth, and then you will be getting promoted to a senior role, that is senior analyst or senior consultant, you can say, and then you can be promoted to assistant manager, and then the career path will go on to senior manager, then MD, and also on, right? So this is the general career trajectory that is there in this particular domain, and once you get complete the course from us, then you can think yourself to be a financial analyst or a financial consultant in any good company who is doing work in this particular domain.
What do you want someone watching this video to do as the very first step?
Okay, so if someone is watching my video and if they are interested about it. See, actually, I tell every time to the people whom I talk on LinkedIn or any places that I visit to my colleges as well, from where I had passed out. So there are lots of students who are confused, right? So for an example, let's suppose students are confused between data analytics or financial modeling, or there can be some business analysis kind of courses, right? So my first take to the students is that, see, actually, if you are listening from someone that, okay, this is a good domain, okay, it's fine that you had listened from them, okay, it's fine, but please go back to your home, right? Please go back to your home and start researching about that field, right? And if that field really excites you, then I think that then you can take the next step of getting enrolling into some institutes and then getting the certifications and all, right? But first thing is that, does this field really excites you? Does this field makes you happier, right? Because at the end of the day, if it doesn't excites you, believe me, you can get enrolled into an institute, and you will, if you will not give your heart and soul to it, you will not be able to land a job into it, right? So first thing is, and the basic thing is, to get an understanding of this domain and to check whether this domain is for you or not.